Good news here for workers in the state of New Jersey. Politico says Murphy, that's the governor, makes New Jersey the 10th state to guarantee paid sick leave. Governor Phil Murphy signed a bill Wednesday guaranteeing paid sick leave to nearly all workers across New Jersey for the first time in state history. The enactment of New Jersey A1827 18R marks a win for the Democratic-controlled Legislature, as well as for Murphy, who made the promise of sick leave a core issue on the campaign trail. His signature makes New Jersey the 10th state to have such a law on the books and is expected to give paid sick time off to nearly 1 million private sector workers. So originally, I think they were asking for 72 hours. That was negotiated down because businesses were part of the process, and now they settled on 40 hours. Which, let's be honest, that's not a lot of time for paid time off by law, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing, and we're a giant step in the right direction. Like they mentioned here, there are 10 states now that have paid sick time off by law. So that's good, but this is an opportunity to educate everybody on the reality of the situation. The U.S. is the only developed country that doesn't have paid time off by law. You know, this, again, I told you this is the 10th state to do this now, but that means there are 40 states that don't have it, and we don't have it at the federal level. I mean, you look at other developed countries, and some of them have a month paid time off by law every year. So you basically get like a mini summer vacation. Everybody gets like a mini summer vacation if you're living in another developed country. But in the U.S., we get nothing. So this is yet another way that you're being screwed and you don't even realize it. You know, we work longer hours in the U.S. compared to other industrialized nations. We work longer hours. Oftentimes it's for worse pay because you have a healthier, stronger middle class. In Scandinavia, for example, you have better wages, you have people report a higher quality of life, they have a better healthcare system, and, you know, the list goes on, and the ways in which their social services kick our ass and the ways in which their quality of life is better and how they get more paid time off. And this is something, it's such a simple thing, but it's really never discussed at the national level. I'm not even sure I've ever heard Bernie Sanders talk about it. Now, by the way, I'm sure Bernie supports the idea of paid time off, so I'm not saying this as if to argue like, oh, he's not for it. I'm just saying that doesn't crack his, you know, top 5 or 10 issues that he's always bringing up, like income inequality, Medicare for all, free college. And it should, and it should for all of us. That should be part of what, it should be something that all of us push for because it's such a simple thing and the benefits are just, it has inherent value, you know? Like, why is it just assumed that you should work all year and get no paid time off by law? Why is it assumed? Why is the default position like, yes, you work 5 days a week, every week, until you die. And you're lucky if you work in a job or you can save enough to retire. That's life. Like, no, we can do better than that. The way we structure a society, the way we structure an economic system, it's a choice. It's a choice that we collectively make. So, basic marketplace regulation is something that every modern nation does. And we already do it in some ways with environmental regulations, even though they're destroying those now. But we have minimum wage laws, child labor laws. Why would we not have at least a week paid time off by law every year? And I think it should be more than that, you know? I think we should probably do about a month paid time off by law every year. And you can have rules, you know, you could say, hey man, listen, some small businesses can't afford that. So you can make a rule that every business that has more than 10 employees, you know, or they have an income level over a certain amount. And you could have the government play a role too. So in some places, I think they make the businesses pay for the time off for a certain amount of time. You could split the cost between whatever the business will pay, Half the business, half the government. Tax money. I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather have my tax money go towards you taking a small vacation than have my tax money go towards bombing innocent brown people overseas. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. So there are different ways you could do it. This is what the hard work of government should be. Hey, let's sit down and figure out a reasonable plan that makes sense that will improve everybody's life. Okay, this proposal says the government pays all of the time off for vacation, but they only give you half your paycheck. I don't know. There are ways you can figure out a way to do it, and I'm pretty sure that whatever compromise you come to is something the American people will support, since right now we're not even having a debate about this issue at the federal level, at the national level. So, yes, paid time off by law should be something that we all push for because it's honestly ridiculous that we don't have that yet. We have such a work culture in the U.S. that I don't think it even occurs to many people that other developed countries get time off every year paid by law. That's just a normal thing in other countries. And I think it should be a normal part of our culture too. And I think it makes sense. And I think everybody would be much happier as a result. So I think we should push for it.